Hi everyone, welcome back to English for You. I'm Pat.
And I'm Elsie.
And we're on day 2 of our article about bubble tea. Now, yesterday we talked about bubble tea or pearl milk tea, and how it's a symbol of Taiwan.
Yes, and we discussed how the tapioca balls are the star of the show because of their cute texture.
Right, they make these drinks, this bubble tea, it's part drink, but also part dessert. You could finish a meal with one. Some actually have ice cream in. I do quite like the ice cream teas every now and again. So it really is a dessert.
Yes, and today we're going to look at some interesting variations of bubble tea. Are you excited about it?
I'm very curious to see which ones have I had these. Are these new to me? Let's check them out by reading through day 2.
Reading. Bubble tea, a drink to rule the world. Bubble drinks have existed since the 1980s. They used to be sold in one main flavor, which is black tea with milk. These days, there are dozens of varieties. Here are some of the most popular ones in Taiwan. Brown sugar bubble milk tea. This popular flavor adds brown sugar syrup to the milk tea. The brown sugar changes the color of the drink, and it has a strong sweet taste. Milk cap bubble green tea. This drink uses green tea instead of black tea. The milk isn't mixed into the tea, but comes as a thick, creamy cap on top of it. Pearl and jelly fruit tea. These drinks use sweet and sour fruit teas. In addition to tapioca bubbles, these drinks often include various kinds of jelly. Common flavors include passion fruit, orange, and lemon. Bubble tea cocktails. A drink for adults only. Some bars are making creamy alcoholic drinks with tapioca pearls.
So we begin by saying bubble drinks have existed since the 1980s. There's the story, there's the one place in Taichung and the other in Tainan that both claim to have invented the first one. We're not going to look at that, but we know that it happened in the 1980s. So bubble teas have existed for that long, 30 or 40 years. To exist means to be alive, be real, be a part of the world we live in. Before people put tapioca balls in drinks, bubble teas did not exist. They were not real. They didn't happen. They weren't around. But now they do. And we often talk about things like ghosts or aliens when we use this word. Do you think that ghosts exist? I don't, but some people I know do.
Exist 这个动词呢，就是存在。所以除了问这个关于 ghosts 的事情之外呢，可能我们还会听到是 Do you think aliens exist?
Not ones that look like us, but I do think there's life on other planets.
OK, 所以就是在问人家说呢，你觉得外星人存在吗？那其实呢，手摇饮料因为摇晃产生的泡沫，英文可以直接用 bubble tea 来表示。那手摇饮当中呢，又是以这个珍珠奶茶最广为人知，所以 bubble tea 也经常用来指珍珠奶茶，或者是我们有学过的 pearl tea 也是可以的。
Okay, so we learned that when these milk teas started, they used to be sold in one main flavor, which is black tea with milk, the sort of classic 珍珠奶茶, that very famous one that a lot of people, pretty much everyone will have tried.
今天的 Language in Focus 我们要讲到的是 used to 的用法。那第一个我们要注意的是呢 used to 加上原形动词表示过去常做但是现在不再做的事情哦，或是用于呢指过去的状态。那 used to 属于助动词的用法，所以后面必须要接原形动词。主词加上 used to 再接上一个原形动词就可以了，像是呢 I used to live in 高雄 but now I live in Taipei 代表我以前住在高雄但现在我是住在台北的。或者是呢我们可以说 Eric used to be hardworking, but now he's kind of lazy. 所以当你要加形容词的时候，要记得我们要先用 used to 加上原形 be 动词 be， 然后再加上形容词。所以刚刚的例句呢，代表的是 Eric 以前是认真努力的，但是现在有一点懒惰。那再来啊，第二个，如果是否定句的话呢，用助动词 didn't 后方接上 used to 来表示就可以了。那注意哦，这个 use 就是 use 原形放就好了。主词加上 didn't use 加上 to 加上一个原形动词，像是呢 She didn't used to like stinky tofu, but now she eats it all the time. 她以前不喜欢吃臭豆腐，但她现在时常在吃。那再来呢，如果我们要改成问句的时候，我们可以用 did 或是 didn't 来做开头。那后面呢，我们就将used to 还原成 used to 就好了，也就是用 use 就可以了。For example, did Justin really used to teach French? I don't think he can speak the language very well. 代表你在问人家说啊 ，Justin 以前有教法文吗？我不觉得他法语说得流利。
So used to talks about the past, but kind of indicates it's not true in the present. So in the past, you would get 珍珠奶茶, and that's pretty much it. The article says these days there are dozens of varieties. These days is a phrase that's used to mean in modern times, in the times we live in. Not specifically these few days of this week, but the last few years, right now, the time around us.
也就是现在如今的意思，然后我们也可以用 nowadays 这个字。So for example, these days it's hard for young people to buy a house or an apartment. 那我们可以用nowadays 来代换 these days， 代表的是现在年轻人很难买一间房子或是公寓。那再来呢，我们看到复数名词 dozens， 我们知道 a dozen 它是一打，一打有12个，但是当你看到的是 dozens of 的时候，代表许多，那后面要加上的是复数的名词。So for example, I've been to 花莲 dozens of times， 代表去过花莲好几次了。So here, there are dozens of varieties. What does variety mean, Pat?
Well, variety is a noun, and you might remember we looked at the word vary yesterday, the verb, and you can see the connection. If we're talking about a variety or varieties of something, there are different kinds of the same general thing. So if you think noodles, there are many varieties of noodles. Noodles in soup, dry noodles, spicy noodles, noodles with meat, thick noodles, thin noodles, noodles that have been cut up a little bit so they're small, flat ones, round ones, those kind of angel's hair, kind of mi-fun kind of noodles.
Mi-fun.
So many different kinds, okay? Here's another example. There aren't many varieties of cookies in this bakery.
There are only chocolate and raisin.
Another place might have loads of different types.
Variety 这个名词呢，代表就是种类。那这边是个可数名词哦，所以我们刚刚说到有 many varieties of cookies， 很多种类的饼干，也可以说是 different kinds of cookies。那再来呢，我们还会很常见的是 a variety of something， 那代表各种各样的某物。So for example, he quit his job for a variety of reasons， 代表他因为各种各样的原因而辞职。
Right, not just one, a few different. So the article says, here are some of the most popular ones meaning the most popular varieties of bubble tea drink in Taiwan.
没错，我们要来介绍呢一些在台湾受到欢迎的手摇饮种类。First kind is brown sugar bubble milk tea. 我把它翻作黑糖珍珠鲜奶茶。
Yep.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah, we mentioned this yesterday, and the article says this popular flavor adds brown sugar syrup to the milk tea. Syrup is a sort of thick liquid sugar, often with extra flavor. Vanilla syrup is used to make vanilla coffees, for example.
没错，所以 syrup 指的就是糖浆 ，and I like pancakes with maple syrup.
Oh, who doesn't?
枫糖糖浆超级无敌好吃。好啦，所以我们这边的黑糖糖浆用到的英文是 brown sugar syrup.
We see in the article the brown sugar changes the color of the drink. Of course, it'll be darker, browner, and it has a strong, sweet taste.
所以加了黑糖，不但颜色会改变，还有浓烈的香甜味道。这是第一种 the first kind. Now, there's the second kind. Milk cap bubble green tea. 绿盖茶加珍珠。
Okay, don't know this one, but I'll learn. This drink uses green tea instead of black tea. All right, that bit makes sense. When we use one thing instead of another, it means we don't use this thing, we use this. A change is made, one out, one in, as kind of a replacement. Not this, this instead.
Instead of something, 它代表的是而不是，那这是一个介系词片语哦，所以你后面呢要不加上名词，如果要放动词进去的话，记得我们要用的是 VING 的形式。So for example, instead of seeing a doctor, she went to the pharmacy and bought some medicine. 她自己去药房买药，而不是去看医生。那课文说到啊，我们的绿盖茶呢用的不是红茶，而是绿茶。
Okay, so we've got green tea, we've got pearls. What about the milk? Because that's a big part of it. A milk cap. The article says the milk isn't mixed into the tea, but comes as a thick, creamy cap on top of it. Oh, so it's kind of white at the top and then you've got the green tea underneath. Okay, and it's creamy. If something is creamy, it is like cream. So this could be something like a milk which has the taste of cream, the same kind of color as cream. It means it's somewhat thick, it has a sweet flavor, a heavy flavor, that kind of thing.
所以像是我们在 Day 1的时候提到 chew 加上 y 变成 chewy， 那这个字尾 y 代表充满点点点的，有点点点的特质，那多接在名词之后，所以这里的 cream 奶油加上 y 变成 creamy 形容词，奶油状的，含奶油的，或是浓厚滑顺的。那还有像是 cheese 加上 y 变成 cheesy， 那就是充满起司的。
If you guys have ever bought nitro coffee, that has a kind of creamy top and a creamy flavor to it. So a Starbucks nitro coffee has that creaminess. So same kind of thing. And it's on top of the rest of the tea. On top of means it's above other things and there's nothing else on top of it. For example, there's some cream on top of this chocolate brownie.
On top of something 那就是盖住或是在点点点的上方，所以我们还可以说 there's some extra cheese on top of the pizza. Pizza 上面有额外的起司。那还有一个用法是 on top of that， 代表的是除此之外还有。不过呢，它多用于是负面的事情，像是呢 they couldn't find their passports and on top of that they missed the flight.
Oh no.
对，所以代表找不到护照，除此之外还错过了飞机。
Okay, so that's 2 down. We've got another couple. Number 3, pearl and jelly fruit tea.
珍珠果冻水果茶 and then the article says these drinks use sweet and sour fruit teas.
So what is sweet? That's got sugary stuff. What is sour? Sour is a sharp taste like lemons and other fruits, vinegar, maybe a pineapple and oranges sometimes have this. It kind of bites your tongue a little bit. For example, you might say, oh, I put too much lemon juice in this drink. It's too sour now.
Sour 这个形容词呢，代表就是酸的。那我们说有酸甜苦辣咸这些味道，酸的是 sour， 甜的是 sweet， 苦的那就是 bitter， 辣的 spicy， 咸的 salty。
Okay, so we see, in addition to tapioca bubbles, these drinks often include various kinds of jelly, okay? So jelly, this like IU or other fruit stuff that's been made a bit more solid by freezing it usually. Here we've got the phrase, in addition to something. That means as well as, along with. It's both this and this. So yes, it's still got the bubbles, the tapioca balls, but we're adding something else that's a bit chewy and flavorful as well.
In addition to something， 那就是除了某事之外，还有后面的东西。那一样，它是介系词片语，所以后面名词或是 VING 哦。 For example, in addition to French, he can speak another 5 languages. 那就代表除了法文，他还可以再说另外的5种语言。那课文讲到，除了珍珠这款手摇饮料里面呢，还有 various kinds of jelly.
So we've already looked at the verb vary and we've looked at the noun variety. Now we have the adjective various, and they've all kind of got the same meaning. Various is when we're talking about lots of different types of something, each with slightly different characteristics. There are different kinds of this thing. We play various sports at school: basketball, baseball, soccer, running, and so on. Here's another example. The students in the international school class come from various countries such as France, Japan, and Panama.
Various 这个形容词呢，代表各种不同的、各式各样的。那后面是要加复数名词的哦。所以再给同学们一个例句 ：We had various problems, but we solved most of them。代表我们遇到各种的问题，但多半都解决了。
So there's different types of fruit and jelly and stuff in here, sweet and sour flavors. The article says common flavors include passion fruit, which is
百香果、
orange,
橘子
and lemon.
柠檬，所以我们刚刚说 passion fruit 代表的是百香果。那再来，我们是不是还有一种？
Number 4.
对 ，bubble tea cocktails. Is it a kind of alcohol?
I think so. Generally, the word cocktail just means a mixed drink. It's got 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 different things in it. It could be alcoholic, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but it doesn't have to be. A drink, a juice that's made of like 3 or 4 different fruit juices mixed together, so it tastes nice, the combination, is a cocktail still. You could talk about a cocktail of medicine when you take 5 or 6 different pills to sort out your problem. And here's another example. A Shirley Temple is a cocktail that's made of ginger ale, lemon and lime soda, cherries, and other things. It's not alcoholic. It's just a mix of things that taste very good together.
所以 cocktail 解释是鸡尾酒，但不一定里面含有酒精。What's your favorite cocktail, Pat?
Oh,
3, 2, 1.
That's a tough question. I don't even know anymore. I'm not a big cocktail drinker, and I like to try new stuff, not just have the same one. So I don't even know.
And I know you like beer more.
Generally, yes. And in this case, we're talking about an alcoholic cocktail because the article says a drink for adults only.
对，只给成人喝的。
Yeah, sorry guys, not till you're 18.
对，所以这里是含有酒精的。And then the article says, some bars are making creamy alcoholic drinks with tapioca pearls.
Of course they are. Why wouldn't you? So there's that word creamy again, and we've also got the word bar. A bar is kind of a restaurant that mostly serves drinks like wine, beer, and so on. Some bars play music, some bars show sports, some bars have dancing. A bar can also be a particular area of a pub or restaurant. It's not for kids. These are places where grown-ups go to chat. You can eat, you can watch stuff, but you will also drink alcoholic drinks, and it's not really supposed to be for children to go in. For example, the friends went to the bar after work on Friday to drink beer and play table tennis.
所以 bar 指的就是酒吧啦。那再来还有一个字是 alcoholic。
Right, they serve alcoholic drinks. Alcoholic means it contains alcohol. Beer is an alcoholic drink. Wine is an alcoholic drink. Whiskey, gaoliang, those kinds of things. If it's an alcoholic drink, it will get you drunk. You will feel terrible if you drink too much.
所以 alcoholic 这个形容词呢，代表就是含有酒精的。OK， 那 alcoholic 可以当作名词哦，代表酗酒的人 ，a person that likes to drink.
Yes, well, in fact, a person who has a problem drinking.
OK， 所以呢，像是还有 workaholic 工作狂、shopaholic 购物狂，他们都用到同样的字尾，代表呢沉迷于点点点的人。
Right, a little problem with that sort of thing. So those are our 4 varieties. We've got the brown sugar one, the milk cap green tea, the fruity sugary one, and the kind of alcohol cocktails with bubble teas. Remember those because we'll discuss them in our For You chat question.
You chat.
So the article's chat question today is which of these drinks have you tried? Put them in order from most delicious to least delicious.
Okay, so we have brown sugar bubble milk tea,
Yep.
milk cap bubble green tea,
Pearl and jelly fruit tea and the bubble tea cocktails.
Okay.
I've only tried brown sugar bubble tea and pearl and jelly fruit tea. Those are I haven't tried a cocktail one, and I haven't tried I don't really want to try the milk cap one. I just don't like milk in my tea that much.
I can understand, but for me, I've tried the first 3 kinds.
Not the cocktails.
Not the cocktail.
No. Okay. Which one's your favorite then?
I think milk cap bubble green tea is my favorite.
Okay, and
because
then
I don't really like to chew tapioca balls when I drink something.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's number 2 in the list then out of those
I'll
3?
say sugar bubble milk tea.
Okay, and then the jelly one.
Right.
Okay.
Pearl and jelly fruit tea because it's sometimes very sweet to me.
I would put the pearl and jelly fruit tea at the top for me. I do love like a baishan lu with, especially with the coconut jelly.
Okay.
Always get that if I can.
I've never tried that.
Oh, it's so nice. So I would put the brown sugar bubble tea under that. I'll try a bubble tea cocktail at some point if I get the chance, but I'm not going to try the milk cap one.
You should. That's my favorite.
Too creamy.
Only on the top.
Still, not going to happen. But those are our favorites. What are your favorites? What are the best shops to go and get a drink from? Discuss anything you like to do with this topic. Practice your English and some of the words we've introduced today. But that's all the time we have. Thanks for watching, everybody. For English For You, I'm Pat.
I'm Elsie.
We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review. Exist. Many millions of years ago, humans didn't exist and only animals were on Earth. Variety. There are several varieties of restaurants in Taipei. Japanese, Korean, Indian, Western, and Taiwanese restaurants are all here. Sour. Most people find lemon juice too sour to drink. However, it can be delicious when it is mixed with other drinks. Various. There are various ways to get to Taipei from Banqiao, including by train, MRT, bus, and taxi. Cocktail. It's very dangerous to drink and drive. Even one cocktail can influence your ability to drive safely. Bar. I know a sports bar in Taipei. It's a great place to relax with friends and have a drink.
智慧小补帖
Syrup. Alcoholic.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net